This is your announcer, Chuck Landington, welcoming you to the Metal Injection Livecast. Summer is coming to an end and Rob is taking it very hard. He's gonna have to replace his daily beach trips with getting so high that he pisses his bed overnight and dreams that he's swimming. Poor baby. Poor moist baby. The Metal Injection Livecast starts now.
I will not be doing that, and I haven't ever pissed my pants. I find a nice corner and I piss in the corner.
Even when you're asleep?
Yeah, I've never peed in my sleep.
What if you didn't shake enough after you went to the bathroom?
I assume he's not counting that.
Sid,
I don't count that.
Did he piss on your couch while he was asleep?
I don't think so. I should go back and check. Get one of them.
No, I feel like my desire to urinate wakes me up, so it wouldn't happen. You learn something new about me every week here on the Metal Injection Livecast.
Rubber peed on my new sofa.
Welcome.
Also, I just want to let the listeners know we are doing a video stream of this if you're listening live or a Patreon subscriber. And if you have the privilege of seeing this, Rob put a pop filter on his microphone that's the same shape as his hair. That's the same shape as Norm Macdonald in his background.
Oh,
Do you see that?
R.I.P. a legend.
It's like inception of hair.
I guess
Rob does
right.
have very like late 90s hair, I guess. Or Norm Macdonald's hair was ahead of its time at the time. Perhaps?
It was a head of hair of its time.
And we have a fifth mic joining us on the video stream. Noah, introduce your new son.
Okay, so people on our Zoom hang over the weekend got to meet him. So we're gonna call him Buzzy, my new black kitten.
Adorable.
Very metal. Nibbling on your headphone wire right now. We're trying to
so
getting a little
cute.
boob action.
So cute. So basically, I don't think I told the story of Buzzy.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So my friend Caroline found him in a parking lot in a hotel she was staying at for work in Mechanicsburg, PA. And he came up to her and he was so sweet. So she decided to take him home. And she told me about him. And I was like, well, I have always wanted a cat. And I will come to New York to get him.
Wait,
Especially
you were in
since-
New York?
Yeah, I went to New York to get him.
I guess we all missed the memo. Jeez.
Way to call us.
Well,
I guess we're not cute kittens, so we're not worth saying hello to. Fine.
Good to know that I have to have a kit.
kitten to give me.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the price.
You have
If you
to
want
have
to
a
see Noah on a visit.
you have to have a pet, and you have to have a gift for Noah. Then she'll come see you.
Well, I didn't really see anybody, so
You saw the person that gave you the cat.
actually, I didn't because she's been working. So I saw her mom and her fiance.
Her mom's fiance or her fiance?
Her fiance.
Congratulations.
And her mom. Thanks, I guess.
So you hang out with Caroline's mom, but you don't hang out with us? Oh.
All right. So anyway, back to Buzzy.
So yeah, tell us about Buzzy.
Okay, so basically we came up with the name Buzzy because he purrs so much and he buzzes like a motor. So we were like, we have to name him around this purr.
You didn't consider Persian?
No.
No, but
Is Buzzy typically in a hurry? Is he a rushed cat? Or...
he does get the zoomies a lot.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
He's so cute. I'm so glad I have him.
Mazel tov.
Thank you. So a new Livecast audience member.
Live cats.
Live cats. Live cats.
Rob, you got to get a cat now. You're the last one.
I'm too
Catless.
allergic. I can't. Maybe just like a hairless one.
Okay.
And
Those are
Oh.
hideously disgusting accidents of nature, but it's still a cat, so it's cute.
They're not accidents, they're purpose. It's
Yeah, isn't
cruel
that
to
like
breed
just
them.
isn't that or I was just thinking of the people that just shave the cat so they're not hot.
You could
or
do that
whatever.
also.
I'm not gonna do that. But I really love my sister's cat. Her name is Suri. She's still alive?
She's
For now.
Jewish? Jewish
Oh,
cat?
is she Tom Cruise's daughter?
It is the same name, yeah.
Is that why?
I don't think so. I think I don't remember. I didn't name the friggin' cat. It's like it is a Persian cat. It's very pretty, but it's definitely getting up there in age, and it's not as pretty.
You got a
Oh no.
you got a Scientologist cat there, Rob.
Totally.
Clearly your sister doesn't listen to the show, or else you wouldn't be saying her cat is fucking ugly and old.
And a Scientologist.
No, her cat.
Yeah.
The cat is still adorable, but just
Not less bangable,
Yeah,
is what you're
she's
saying.
yeah.
Oh,
She's like dignified now. She's a handsome cat.
Has the cat purged her engrams yet?
I don't know what that means.
The Scientology thing. I don't even know if I got it right. But just using buzzwords.
Well, if you're a Scientologist, let us know. Give us a ring. 213 Wide Nut is the phone number. 213-943-3688. 213-943-3688. The Metal Injection Livecast. We're live every Tuesday night, starting around 6 p.m. Eastern, going until about 7:30 Eastern. And you could watch us on the live stream live. And then if you missed it, you can catch the video version on our Patreon. We upload every episode to our Patreon, patreon.com/Metal Injection Livecast. The audio versions are always free. Video version on the Patreon. You also get 2 bonus episodes a month on the Patreon for $5 a month. So $5 gets you 2 bonus episodes and the video versions, some columns from Sid and some other bonus stuff. Like we did a Zoom hang this past weekend with a bunch of our listeners, and that was really fun. And we put a recording of that on the Patreon, so you can check that out.
It was great. We went through links, shared different stories, and it was a good time. Good time had by all. Entertained someone while he waited in the parking lot of a supermarket.
while he hotboxed his car.
Yeah, played some ukulele.
And Noah debuted Buzzy on the Zoom
Yeah.
hang. You could have gotten the first look at Buzzy. So that's our show. And if $5 a month is a little too rich for your blood, we get it. No judgment. You could still show your support for the show by liking us on social media. We're on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and leave a review for our pretty little podcast on your podcast app of choice. And if you do want to talk to us for free, you can join our Discord. There's a link in the episode page. Join our Discord, hang out with us, ask us questions, ask other live casters questions. It'll be fun. Hang out. And I want to also mention that Rotted Through has released their debut album, The Depths. The Depths is available on all major platforms, and you can get it on rottedthrough.com. The Depths is a darknet inspired horror show that gets deliberately heavier the deeper you descend. Peer into the dark web and check out their concept video for the album single To Stretch to Tear on YouTube or on rottedthrough.com. Follow Rotted Through on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram at Rotted Through.
To tear, maybe?
Yeah, stretch to. It's kind of like what you do
stretch
with
to
your
tear.
balls, Rob.
Wait, what did I say?
To tear.
Oh, to tear. You're right. I'm sorry. I have a tear.
I'm
in
a
my
guy.
eye. It's from the
Your ball stretching.
season changing. No, the balls
Balls
stretching
also
was-
get deliberately heavier.
Rotted Through.
Rob's balls are also on the dark net.
My balls have not rotted through, though. I want to mention
Oh my god.
my balls are perfectly fine. Damn it!
Proof.
Somebody
I don't know.
somebody photoshopped Rob's face onto Madonna's costume at the VMAs yesterday.
Yeah.
It was on our Facebook.
It's on our socials. Yeah. Yeah, I watched the VMAs this weekend. Anybody else watch them? The Video
Nope.
Music Awards.
Didn't even know it was on.
I didn't really know it was on until this weekend when it was absolutely impossible to drive through downtown Brooklyn. And I learned it's because of the fucking VMAs shutting down traffic in all directions.
The elite.
But it was an interesting show. It was interesting in that they actually tried to appeal to older fans, like myself that they knew it's like the one time a year that I'm watching MTV.
They put your best
They-
friend on.
They had a lot of artists from the past. Who's my best friend?
Dave Grohl. He got an award.
Oh yeah, Dave Grohl won the. There was actually rock at the VMAs. Like every year, I would write a joking article about this was all the rock at the VMAs, and it would be a blank article, you know. Or last year, I was like, this is as much as close to a rock moment as the VMAs had, and it was just Lady Gaga giving the medal awards. That's all. That's all there was. That was anything rock.
But now
this
we have
year-
Machine Gun Kelly.
This year, what's so crazy is now rock has kind of seeped into mainstream music. Like Machine Gun Kelly went from being a rapper to putting out a pop punk album with Travis Barker producing it. So he's there, and Travis Barker is there, and he's dating Kourtney Kardashian. So like all the gossip magazines care about like the rock fashion now. And
Yeah.
also I feel Olivia Rodrigo, I'm not sure if I've talked about her on the show before.
We talked about the
yeah.
Courtney Love stuff.
That's right. But like her album, which I really, really like, it's a very, very good pop album. It has a lot of like power pop, you know, rockish type songs on there.
A
and
lot
one
of teenage issues that you can relate to.
Oh, absolutely.
It's
But
like his live journal put to music.
Olivia
The music-
speaks to all of us, Noah. She transcends age.
The music is really, really good. I recommend it. So the combination of that and then Foo Fighters getting this global icon award, which is some new. I mean, the awards themselves are meaningless. They've kind
Yeah.
of ditched half of the awards, and there's new award. Like now they have Song of the Year as an award. They've
There's
never
a
had
best
that before.
K-pop. Best
Right, best
K-pop.
And it's
They-
very clear that the person winning, it's like if they're there, they're gonna win. You know, for
Yeah.
example, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion were nominated with WAP for like 5 different awards, but neither of them were there, so you know they're not gonna win.
Right.
You know,
Cardi was
they're
too
not
busy
gonna
trying to heal a guy's testicles this week. She couldn't be at an award show.
win.
Oh no,
I thought
not
that was
Cardi, Nicki
That
Minaj.
was
I'm
Nicki
sorry.
Minaj.
How dare
Never
you?
mind.
How dare
Wow,
you confuse
Sid.
the two?
Same
had
fucking difference.
She just had a baby, Cardi, this week.
Yeah, she was.
Nicki Minaj probably also just had a baby.
She had a baby a few months ago.
Yeah, there you
Or
go.
a year ago.
How's that baby's
And
And
testicle?
she's already up and healing men's
Regular
testes.
But no, but it was interesting. I will say they kept it moving. It
How long
and
was the
it-
program?
was like
You
3
watched
hours.
the whole thing? Okay.
I definitely passed out for the last hour. I did
Was
not
there a
make it through.
host?
Dua Lipa was the host. But I mean,
But she's a musician.
Yeah. Was
She
there
was
a
nominated
humorous
for-
monologue?
there was no humorous monologue.
There was no Billy Crystal musical number.
No. But they would bring out like Tommy Lee presented, David Lee Roth, Cyndi Lauper, Madonna.
So that's why it's appealing to people your age.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, why are these like these guys haven't been on MTV in like 20 years? Like, how are they? Why
Let's
are they
bring
here?
out the most at-risk celebrity musicians to possibly die of COVID for appearing on our show. Let's
Also,
go. Who
when the
else?
show
What other
started,
seniors?
everyone had a mask on except for some of the artists. By an hour into the show, nobody had a mask. All the masks were.
You know what I
Down here.
think? I think that like younger artists just don't give a shit about award shows.
No, there were
know-
younger artists there. I just didn't recognize them.
Well, the way to get them there is to have them present an award. You go to Cardi B, hey, you're gonna present an award, and then they show up, and then you don't give them shit, but they're there. They can't.
No,
leave.
there were some of those as well. That like to me, I definitely felt a big disconnect, and it felt very old. And there was a reflection of like, wow, 20 years ago, this was like one of my favorite shows to watch of the year. I would know all the artists mostly, and like now I'm like the demographic that they kind of have to just like cater to by having a few old fogies around that are recognizable.
Mhm.
Which I thought was like, for example, not that this is appealing to me directly. One of the presenter groups was one of the guys from the Backstreet Boys, Lance Bass from NSYNC,
Mhm.
and then the guy from 98 Degrees that used to be married
Nick
to
Lachey.
Jessica.
Nick
Nick
Lachey.
Lachey, yes. And it was just like, oh my god, like why are these guys out here? Like what is going on? Like what
to remind
is
us
the
of
reason?
better times.
Yeah,
Better for who? I wasn't getting laid. I'm getting laid now. So these times, despite the pandemic, these are better times for your boy.
Were you just mad that Joey Fatone wasn't there? Because he's
Yeah,
your
where
favorite?
was Joey
He
Fat
was
one?
there. He was working catering.
Who was the other one?
Sampling.
JC, what's his name?
Shazay.
Shazay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I could never keep that straight in my
Rob,
mind.
say Shazay and then say Pussy.
Shazay. Pussy.
There we go.
Shazay.
How are we only realizing that now?
I guess we just don't talk about In Sync enough, sadly.
There we go. Let's hear that again.
Gotta get that crack.
Let me relax inside your pussy.
Oh. And I it was interesting seeing Little Nas X's performance, very gay. And also there was a woman who did a performance that was also equally gay, and like it ended up with like
Michelle and Cello.
Yeah, yes, definitely. No, I don't know. But like there was basically a model that came out on a cross, a woman that came out sitting on a cross, and then the singer, she got up and essentially dry humped.
I think it was like
the
Kalani
woman on the cross.
or something. Was it Kalani?
Maybe. I don't know.
No, he was doing his hat podcast that night. He wasn't at the
That's
VMAs,
Hatlani,
Noah.
not Kalani.
Oh, never mind.
I mean, I thought that was hilarious, and also it was like good. I'm glad some parents are made uncomfortable by this.
No,
That's
you
nice.
can compete with Lonnie and do a cat podcast now.
Ooh,
Oh,
I would guest on that.
maybe.
But yeah, let's talk about the Madonna thing. So she came out at the beginning of the show. It was actually a really nice little intro. The theme of the show was it's MTV's 40th birthday. So it's like a birthday party for MTV. That's actually why they would have these. Like that's how they excuse these art. Like they said, like, oh, I'm here to celebrate the 40th birthday, blah, blah, blah.
So
wasn't enough to get Cardi there though.
So it was like the artist that they had on the first year of MTV's launch?
No, not like throughout the 40-year history of MTV, they had artists like Ja Rule and Ashanti were
one
of the presenters, which I thought was hilarious. It's like, wow, Ja Rule finally invited to a party.
Do you think in 2060 when they have the 80th anniversary of MTV, they just have everyone that's been on ridiculousness?
They'll all be dead by then.
Since that's all that's ever on.
That's
that
all
channel.
they show. That and like old like 90s movies and like white chicks.
Teen Moms. Is that
MTV? I guess
Teen
now
Moms?
they're bringing back shit like Teen Moms and Cribs. They've brought back. I saw.
For a while, it was like people that haven't followed MTV and what they put on, like they think it's a joke. Like they really had ridiculousness on 23 hours a day. Like not an exaggeration.
The challenge is that's a thing that's on
that's
MTV,
still a
right?
thing. Yes.
Which
That's
is
their
just
only
people
other
from
show.
the real world and road rules on an obstacle course, right?
Well, the thing is now they haven't had a real world or a road rule.
They
in
just
like
have this.
10 years.
Yeah.
So now there's just challenge veterans and challenge newbies.
But
And
how are you a challenge
some of
newbie? Where do they come from?
They just
They
new,
just
people,
cast
new cast members. Yeah, and then they
It's like
come
a
back.
pussycat
and then
doll or something? Like is it
No,
people
it's
that
just-
used to also
no.
be on MTV?
randos.
No, it's randoms. But
What
then
are the
I-
qualifications though?
You probably have to get, you apply and then
You
they
look good and you have to be athletic. you
They,
know?
Okay.
some
You have a good story.
someone
Okay.
focus groups you and they go, this guy
I
would
guess
be good.
That
We've
makes
talked
just
about, I
as much
believe-
sense as like you used to be on Real World and now here's a wall to climb. Like that doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense either. So why not?
Well, I think
mean-
I mentioned we've talked about it on the show on Paramount Plus. They have this like challenge reunion where it's all people from 20 years ago, and I've talked about how the big challenge of that show is everyone being like, "Oh my god, I'm so out of shape. I'm 40. I'm not 20 anymore. I can't be climbing these walls," and it's just so depressing.
I mean, what do you think it is? The International Olympic Committee? Like they're
Right.
they're having like a vine swinging trials or something?
They're all like, "I'm a mother now. I can't do it."
Oh my
I
god.
need my medication.
But what did you guys think of Madonna's outfit? So Madonna starts the show. She's talking about, oh, it's been 40 years. And it's 40 years since I came to New York, about 40 years since I've come to New York. And so she tried to link the two. And then all of a sudden the lights come up and she comes out in a trench coat and she reveals out of the trench coat that she's in this dominatrix outfit. Let me get it up here for her.
I'm not gonna pile on Madonna. Like, she's Madonna, you know. She has enough.
She put out a book where it was just people doing that.
You know, I feel like she earned the right to do like media spectacles. I mean, I feel like, you know,
I want to look. Yeah, I am such. I have a lot of respect for Madonna and what she's accomplished.
Let me say this. Can I say something? I would say she has enormous media presentation capital.
You're going to say something else. She has enormous something else.
She's spending some of it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this is not cool, but she's so cool that she can diminish some of her coolness and still have a lot of coolness.
I think wouldn't it have been more shocking to everyone if she came out in like a power suit? Like, I feel like she was probably expecting a lot more like controversy and headlines for this, and everybody's like, all right, Madonna, you're doing a Madonna thing. Cool.
I feel like she got a lot of headlines for this. Yeah.
She's been in the news the last couple of days wearing similar stuff.
Well, yeah, here, I follow her on Instagram, and I want to say this is very on brand for her for the last
Rob, that's not
months.
Madonna. That's one of the Cock Destroyer ladies.
Oh,
no, that's Madonna.
I would have believed you, too, if you just showed me that.
Yeah.
She did start her VMA speech going, "Hi, guys."
Really?
No.
Only thing that could have made it worse.
So this is her Instagram.
Would she have any credit left with you, Darren, if she did that, or would that exhaust all of it?
I mean, she could have. It depends how she did it. If she did it to like dunk on them, then maybe it would be a plus.
I do want to mention, though, the
How
thing
old
about
is
her,
she?
she's 63.
60.
The thing about her Instagram is she very clearly photoshops her chin.
Oh my God.
Look at this.
She looks like goth Dolly Parton.
And I think it's very I don't want to say unhealthy, like for her, like whatever. She's an adult, she knows what she's doing. But like for her fans, it sets like a unnatural.
Rob, her fans are in their 50s. What?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I don't think so.
It's not like it's impressionable children looking to Grandma Madonna for guidance. I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Well,
I
Sid,
don't
counterpoint, those are the people who are most likely to get plastic surgery.
I suppose. Well, they can afford it at that age, though. That's fine. Oh, Rob, what is this now?
You know that
Just
she's
Madonna's
dating a 25-year-old?
Good for her.
That's her thing.
Is that guy, that soccer player?
No,
I think it's like a
there's
dancer.
a photo in here. Hold on. He's in here somewhere.
Thing is, when you do this,
Here, this
all this. Oh, by the way, I want to ask you, Sid. You're famously against breast implants and the like.
Mm-hmm.
Does this photoshopping also represent a negative thing to you?
Good question.
This is her boyfriend.
That guy?
Mhm.
All right. I don't support it. I think it's lame, but I mean, it's not as bad as going under an actual knife and fucking with yourself.
But the principle is the same.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's
that,
fake.
that she feels the need to do that, but all right, whatever.
I
Do you
just
think it's her running the Photoshop, or she has someone? She has an intern.
She is not running the Photoshop.
Yeah.
She has El
Absolutely
Duderino do
not.
it for her.
But
she
I do
just
think
tells them what to
go
do.
ahead.
Yeah.
I definitely think she's in charge of the Instagram, like what content goes there.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
There's no
She's the one who posts it, I'm sure, but she'll send the photo,
No
the
way.
Photoshopper.
She's got somebody that
I could
she's got
see
a
it.
Her boyfriend does it for
social
her.
media manager.
I think she very tightly oversees what gets posted there. I believe that. I don't.
Yes.
Maybe she might not necessarily log
Yeah.
in and fucking post it herself, but she's in charge of it. It's not
Yes.
farmed out to anybody.
On the video, you could see that her chin is not photoshopped.
And
Yeah,
what's
I
wrong with her
don't-
normal chin? It's just a
Yeah,
chin.
it's but that's what I don't understand. She looks
don't-
great regardless.
She is.
I wouldn't go that
hyper-
far.
I think she does not look 63.
Well, that's because she's paid surgeons millions of dollars to make
Yeah.
sure of that. She looks
Sure.
like an alien, but
Right.
there's
I don't think
nothing
she looks like-
specifically
well,
wrong with her
Here
chin.
she looks like an alien, but that's the intent of it.
No, she looked like an alien on the VMA Awards. I
Mm.
think her face is very contorted, and it's not. That's why
She's almost. You
I
think
started
she's like
this-
at the Joan Rivers level?
No, that's way off the deep end, but she's getting there. I just don't think she's not. Like I
here's
said,
her.
when I started this, everyone's piling on Madonna, and I don't want to do that because I do have respect for her.
I
If
love
you're gonna-
Madonna, love the music, love her
Right.
advocacy for
She-
human rights.
Is a grown woman, like Sid said. She has the right to do.
Yeah.
She has millions of dollars. I don't want to sit here and dunk on her, but if you're going to ask me, I mean, she does look like an alien. Like that is accurate.
But it's fashionable.
Yes.
I mean, I get in that anything she does becomes fashionable. Sure.
I mean, she's a beautiful woman. So like, I feel like old Madonna would look better than this if she didn't do any of that. She's beautiful. She was beautiful as a young woman. She'd be beautiful as Madonna with some wrinkles. You know what I mean?
I think I'm team Darren on that one. Or at least it would. She wouldn't be like hideous locker in the basement.
I don't think look,
still be allowed to be famous. Sure. Well, she clearly she does.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be
whoever.
I'm trying to be diplomatic about it. You know.
I think she would get a lot of heat if she let herself age without doing any kind of skincare. And if she became really like wrinkly and stuff, wearing that leather suit at the MTV Music Awards, I don't think people would praise her. I think
Well,
they give her shit.
There's a difference between skincare and radical reconstructive plastic surgery.
Right.
I'm not saying don't use lotion.
No, I'm saying like if she just aged gracefully without really doing the plastic surgery or enhancements.
Well, yeah, you're probably right.
But
I don't think she would get invited to all those parties.
I think she'd get invited, but I don't think that people would be ready to put her in underpants and a bustier and walk her out there. That's probably true. I think she'd still get invited, though.
But did you see? I mean, she is getting steamrolled right now. She's getting like,
really?
if like the point is that if she would have gone there as an aging gracefully 63-year-old woman, she would have gotten dunked on somehow. She's getting dunked on anyway. Like she just, they're looking to dunk on people. That's what they do.
Yeah,
so like just be yourself.
Yeah,
especially women. Like women cannot be 60 plus years old and not get shit on. Like that's just in media. You know, that's just how it is.
Which is probably what contributes to the cycle of women doing plastic surgery to the point that Sid doesn't approve of.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a weird line because I can't say I don't approve of it because it's not my real like place to do it, but I could say what I think it looks like. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Also, though, I feel like if it makes her feel more confident, who are we to say? If she feels better.
Then I think like if Madonna is having confidence issues, what fucking hope is there for the rest of us? Good God. She owned the fucking universe for like 20, 30 years.
A lot of celebrities have confidence issues. It's why they do what they do.
Yeah.
Another thing is like sometimes I feel like they are so famous, and they just have so much of their like oeuvre is out there and available and floating around, and they see it every day. Like they see themselves at 25 every day in a way that we don't look at our own pictures every single day. They might be in our hard drive or whatever, but we don't sit there and look at them. She was like on billboards and stuff. So you have that etched into your brain and you're like, wow, I don't look like that anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
I got to do something,
Rob, do you get that because you're an internet celebrity?
I mean, on some level, I absolutely relate to that in terms of like looking at old footage and just being like, wow, I don't look like that anymore.
We watched you interview the guy from Darkest Hour in the bathroom, and you looked way different.
That
is the thing we did during the Zoom hang.
Can I just say something to interject here related to that?
Say whatever you want, baby.
I think. Well, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I know we're going to plug this later anyway, but that Zoom hang was the best one that we had.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. We did a Zoom hang with our fans on Sunday, and it was just amazing. It was like nonstop laughing.
It was tremendous.
People brought their videos of funny things to laugh at. We brought our own things to put on. We watched a public access wrestling show with these guys wrestling in the backyard,
stop thinking about
in
that
the
show.
playground.
I need more.
I know they took all their videos down. There's a YouTube channel.
There were so many good ones.
These guys
I need to find them.
They used to wrestle in a public park, just on slides and throw each other into swing sets. And we just watched them. They took it so seriously. Like they had announcers and entrance music. Little kids was just watching. Women in the street just watching the match. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
I want to encourage them to do more. We need
Yeah.
to like find who they are.
Unfortunately, the last video is like 8 years ago or something, I think.
Come back.
I knew, like, I saw a guy that I knew in one of those videos. One guy out of all those guys, I knew that I like vaguely, like very briefly met him when
His
I
name was
wrestling.
Robert Pazzabini.
Oh no. By the way, the artist I was saying that was doing the lesbian humping, that was Normani.
Oh.
Give Normani credit.
Oh no. Okay, I was close.
Normani McDonald?
Yeah, that's right. Oh no, she just
Aw, rest in
died.
peace.
Before we talk about Norm Macdonald, I do also want to give a big shout out to Megan Fox, who absolutely stole the night at the Video Music Awards in terms of like
That's how she
how
looked.
she
or
looked.
She did
Yeah,
something.
she
Speaking
looked
of people that
ridiculous.
look like aliens.
I don't know, man. She
this
looks good
isn't
to me.
this is an alien that I would gladly be
Yeah.
abducted
She's
by.
always rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know.
She can rub me any way she
Mm.
wants. Am I right? Am I right, Taryn? One thing that
Yes.
was interesting though is
All right.
like, you know, she's with Machine Gun Kelly, which good for him. But like when Machine Gun Kelly was doing press interviews, she went out of her way not to do the interviews. Like they were even like the reporter was trying to talk to her on the pre-show. I was trying to talk to him about her on the pre-show, and he would like look over to her, and they would look over her like, "Hey, do you want to?" And she was like, "No, I'm not."
Didn't
gonna be on
Rose
camera."
McGowan wear that dress with Marilyn Manson to a VMAs like way back?
Hers was chain link.
Oh, okay.
We can look.
I
that up
wonder if
online.
that was the thought process behind.
I think
But-
that
Yeah.
going out with Machine Gun Kelly takes her from like an 11 to a 10 and 10.9.
Well, I
Well,
feel
I
like talking about ageless. I feel like she hasn't aged in 10 years either.
She
Go
only
ahead,
gets more
She
beautiful.
Went to the plastic surgeon and said, "Give me the Lucy Liu." She doesn't even. She looks like a different nationality than she did 10 years ago.
Well, you raise a good point, Sid, in a sense that I think in 10 more years, this is going to catch up to her, what she's doing. But it hasn't yet. I think she looks great still. I think she's done tasteful, like good plastic surgery, and it's not ruining her face. But if she keeps doing this shit, she's going to look like Madonna.
Just
Before
to
Madonna's
clarify,
age.
I don't think she looks bad.
Mhm.
She just doesn't look like a human. She looks like a different species than me. Like I can't relate to it. I can't even. I couldn't even fantasize about it because it'd be like
Wow, look at-
fantasizing about
so this
fucking a
is-
gazelle. It's
But
just
I feel like she looked like that before, though. She was so hot that she was like,
This
From
is
another
her. This is
planet.
also
yeah. I
her.
never liked her.
Yeah, but that's her like 20 years ago.
No,
and
it's
she-
2004. So
that's
that's
almost
Also-
20 years
Almost
ago.
20
Rob.
years ago.
Oh my God, you're right. Holy crap.
Also,
Brian
in her
Austin Green has
defense,
been dead for 15
Oh my
years.
God.
It's not
Okay,
funny.
10 years
And-
ago. Okay, she still looks like she did 10 years ago.
in her defense, first you have to like. There's a lot of techniques with makeup where you can like highlight
Right.
and blend and all that.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so take
It's
her
a lot
makeup
of
into consideration. And I don't think she does plastic surgery. She might do Botox, but that's not surgery. That's
Right.
not permanent.
I think plastic surgery is just like a catch-all for like putting chemicals and all that on the face.
Enhancement, facial
that is
enhancements.
A fair point and a fair
Cheating.
distinction.
I'm gonna get Botox soon. I'm gonna be doing the show like this
You're working radio, Noah. Why?
because we're gonna do video. We're doing video right now, and this is radio.
You have to, I'm not a proponent of Botox. I'm going to say that right up front. But if you are going to do Botox, you have to do it preemptively. It doesn't work when you have wrinkles already. You have to do it before you get the
Yeah.
wrinkles. It prevents the wrinkles. If you inject
Okay, thanks,
Botox
Darren.
when you have, I prefaced it with a disclaimer. I urge you not to do Botox. I guarantee you that. But if you're gonna
I
do
think
it,
it's
you
fine.
gotta do it when young. Putting Botox into a wrinkled face just stretches the wrinkles up and spreads.
So
them.
is it already too late for her? Should she have started in like junior high? What when you say young, like how young should she
like
have done this?
20s, before you have wrinkles, before you have visible
No.
wrinkles.
20s would have been too young.
I'm not
But-
again. I'm anti-Botox. I want to say that up front. I'm just saying, don't waste your time if you have wrinkles already. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm gonna do it, and I guarantee that you won't even know that I had it done.
But you're
Well,
not
then what's
wrinkly.
the point if you do it? Then if I don't know,
She's preemptively getting
Yeah.
prepared for the future.
that's what
How
I
about
just
we
said.
all go? Let's all go.
I don't want
As a
that shit.
group.
It's rat poison. I don't want that shit in my face. Why don't you eat some ivermectin, Rob?
It's not rat poison.
Inject some holodets into your forehead.
That won't prevent wrinkles. You ever see Russian people? when they get 50.
I mean, holidays is probably a really good moisturizer with all that oil in there.
It's hard as fuck. You ever see those chicken bits real fucking floating around in there like asteroids? Fucking Kuiper belt. Fuck out of here. I'm not putting that on my face. I wouldn't put that on my ass. If I had wrinkles on my ass, I wouldn't put holidays on it.
Holidays is the reason you'd have wrinkles on your ass. Stay away from that altogether.
Yes, I oppose both Botox treatments and holidays treatments.
Pussy. Okay.
I want to mention this month, Rivers of Nile released their new album, The Work, via Metal Blade Records. Inarguably a very dense, heavy collection, Rivers of Nile have forged further into new territory, delivering an album that is as cerebral as it is visceral, and that covers a staggering sonic range, definitely placing them in a category of their own. I've heard this new album, and it's unbelievable. It's like if you're a fan of progressive rock and death metal, like they're getting in there between both. It's very, very exciting. Definitely check it out. Fans can also catch the band on the road with the Black Dahlia Murder, After the Burial, Carnifex, and Undeath all month long in North America. I think I might be going to the New York show too. You might see me at Irving
When is
Plaza
that?
later this month.
Look for the guy with the microphone pop filter shaped hair.
Purchase your copy of The Work and check out Rivers of Nile tour dates at metalblade.com/Rivers of Nile. Nile is spelled Nihil. Bless.
Nihil.
Nihil.
Do you ever pronounce things the way in your head, the way that they're spelled, so that you remember how to spell them? Like that's
Yes.
what I do with Wednesday. I say Wednesday.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yep.
Knife.
To get her.
To get
Oh yeah,
her.
to get her.
Break fast.
Schedule.
Who?
Schedule.
That's just the British way.
Yeah.
Schedule.
That's why you always spell it wrong.
Rob, I said British and you didn't immediately launch into Sharon
Oh,
Osbourne. You feeling okay?
no.
Schedule!
I as a kid, I would say it's Shellude for some reason because I'm dyslexic.
Because you were dyslexic.
Yeah.
You were just stupid.
Oh!
Oh my
I had to go
God.
there. I had to do it.
Oh my God. You did
You know,
not have to.
You should have started rubbing holidays on your brain when you were 8 so that it would work. You can't do it when you're already stupid adult.
It's too late, Rob. Bless his heart, he's trying though. Maybe
You're-
that's why the hair is so puffy.
You're already 24 and stupid. It doesn't work.
Rob, did you hear the Ozzy and Lemmy Hellraiser mashup? Not mashup, but
like
collaboration.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Usually I'll just listen to like the first couple of seconds and I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. But I actually listen to the whole thing.
Well, I mean, it's easier here because you're familiar with the song. It's a classic Ozzy song, but they released since Lemmy actually co-wrote a lot of songs for Ozzy.
When, but like, when did they record it, and why are they releasing it now? Why didn't they release it? When
They
he was
recorded it
alive?
at the time of when the original song released, and just because I think this was just a demo, he was kind of just trying to
Wow.
do that. Let me see if my sound is being shown. Here, we'll play a few seconds of it.
Are we gonna get taken off the air for this?
Probably.
Maybe just skip to
Cut
the
it
part
off.
where they sing together. Or wait, Rob, how about you be Ozzy and I'll be Lemmy?
Yeah,
Let's just talk over it the whole time
Yeah,
so that the
maybe
bot
that'll
can't
do it.
pick it up.
yeah. This sounds like a song.
This just sounds like Ozzy Osbourne 1992.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
Well,
get
it
to-
is Ozzy 92.
Was this like for the soundtrack to a Hellraiser movie, or did they just cop the name for their own purposes? Like,
There he
Oh.
is. No, this was like on one of his solo albums, one of his Zach Wild albums.
Oh, I'm a
Nice.
dumbass. I thought this was the new song.
No, this is like I said, it's an old demo.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you listening to me?
no, it sounds like
am I
90s
being
Ozzy
heard?
because it is a 90s Ozzy.
Yeah,
I didn't
Yeah,
hear
Right,
that's
it
what I
was-
just said. Oh
But
my!
that's why
Is
I
my
made-
mic on?
That's why I made that observation, because I didn't hear. I thought you had said this is a new song.
Why? Why are you tuning out things I'm saying?
You're right. I'm very insensitive, Rob.
I think the pop filter is just blocking some of what you're saying, Rob.
Yes. It's too effective.
God, I made a mistake. Okay, Rob, crucify me forever. Why don't you?
Is that it? Is the show ending?
That's it.
Rob's walking out right now.
It is pretty. Today is the 10-year anniversary of the Big Four show at the Great Yankee Stadium. We were just kind of talking about it a few weeks ago. I can't believe it's been 10 years. Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth somehow made it. There was a moment where we thought Megadeth wasn't going to play because Dave had a little neck injury. But
Oh, that
thankfully-
was
Oh, whoa.
that was then. I thought that was.
yeah, remember he
later.
had a brace. He had a brace, and then there was a moment where people assumed they wouldn't play, and Exodus was flown in to possibly take their place.
I was too far the fuck away to see what he was wearing.
So wait,
Oh, he
so
didn't
they
wear it on
flew in
stage.
Exodus, but then did they end up playing anyway, or no? They were just there, and then we're like, sorry, actually, we don't need
They
you.
just
so
gave him a hot dog.
yeah.
Correct.
That's so fucking sad.
You get
Well, Gary Holt was already there because he's playing with Slayer.
But I just feel like if they're there anyway, let them play for like 15 minutes. For fuck's sake,
I'm
why
sure they
not?
got
But it's not that easy to let at a place like Yankee Stadium. You have to time it out very specific. It was very.
Was
oddly
there a
timed out.
baseball game afterwards? Like why?
Just
No,
how
it was
the equipment, where the equipment goes, loading in,
Oh,
all that
Did,
stuff.
Exodus got 3 free months to the Met Club. I don't know if you the Metallica fan club.
they let them play at the Staten Island Yankee Stadium. There's nobody there, but they're like, it's something, guys. Maybe you
Yeah.
could film this for your YouTube later.
That was the big 5 through 8 concert that they did over there.
Yeah.
It's like an Exodus, Testament, Creator. Who else was on that one? Voivod.
Yeah. Wow. That
Rob, you're
is-
sharing your sound.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Were they allowed to
Uh,
set up a merch booth at least? Something?
No, they were not allowed to
Fucking
do
hell,
anything.
that's brutal.
Gary on hold.
Trying to.
We didn't go to this show together. I went with. Did you
You
guys
went
go?
with-
Because I went with my brother.
You
I
went
did
with
not.
Rob,
Yeah.
and I went with a friend
No.
of mine that
No.
you don't know.
No,
I went
I
with-
went. Go ahead. No.
I went with my brother and
Oh.
his friends.
Yeah, and I went to the press box with Axel Rosenberg and
Oh,
Vince
yeah.
Neilstein.
I thought Noah was in the press box with you. I was with my
Nope.
friend that you all don't know.
Oh, look at
Look
Rob's
at how
hair.
fat I was there. Look at my fat face. And look at how
Actually-
skinny Axel and Vince look.
Looks so cool with his shades.
Actually,
very bright.
my friend and his daughter that went with me to the Gigantor show in 2006. We didn't go to that show. I went with him, but not his daughter. She went to see Metallica when they toured for Hardwired in 2016. We went back to, where did we see that? Oh, Nassau Coliseum.
Yeah, so this is the footage. It was a very long show now that I think about it. Like it started at like 5:30 or 6 and ended at like 11 for 4 bands.
Hmm.
I
And,
They just
remember-
started it at 5 and let Exodus play 2 songs. Jesus. I feel so bad for Exodus. Can we get somebody from that band on the show?
that you're on this crusade like 10 years after
All
the
of a
fact.
sudden,
Well,
Sid cares. We should start a segment called "All of a Sudden, Sid Cares."
By the way, that right there was my view for this whole show. Just a monitor. I was
Oh,
looking at
man.
a monitor the whole time. Basically.
That's the thing about these stadium shows is you realize you can't see shit.
Yeah,
you
they're
know,
like
like
toys.
it's far.
Yeah, I feel like at a certain distance, you can't even tell your friends that you were at a Megadeth concert. It's like you were in the neighborhood where one was taking place, but you weren't
Right.
actually.
Yeah,
at the
you're
show.
basically a mile away from the concert,
Yeah.
essentially.
And then
What-
Anthrax came out and they had fucking like Yankees jerseys on.
Of course.
Well, they're at Yankee Stadium. What are they supposed to do?
And
would
he's
not
like
wear any
Scott Ian is
jersey?
like a huge Yankee fan.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't say they shouldn't do it. I'm just saying like I don't. It gives me a rash. Turn off.
Let's hear some highlights from from the press conference.
He threw the ball in my hand, so I came at the mountain and punched his face. That's what I did.
I can understand a thing.
Should have did that. Really?
He
Pull your
said,
mouth away from the mic.
He said he threw the ball on my head, so I rushed the mound and I punched him in the face.
This is
Hilarious.
This is what they do. Yeah. So I thought it was a good game. We had some fun. You know, we were down. Well, we came back as we always do.
Difference in shade of Joey
Oh my
Belladonna and the
He's
rest
also
of them.
so not amused with his bandmates' antics.
Like, let's take this seriously, guys.
Yeah.
How much
there
do
we
I?
go, he laughed.
How much do I really need this
I
money?
mean,
Yeah.
overwhelming. You know, it's
hate
really
these fucking
overwhelming. This is
guys.
our biggest show in New York.
You know what I know?
Just going
Oh,
through the
sorry.
hallways here.
I was gonna say this is just for Sid, but I just noticed because they're sitting in front of that media baseball thing.
Uh-huh.
Step and
Joey
repeat.
Belladonna looks just like Terry Collins with long hair.
Oh my God. Yeah, I could see it. I could see a little rat face situation going on. Yeah.
And the tan and the rat face.
It's like a rat face, like old Italian grandma.
It just
Look.
I just want Joey Belladonna to start snapping at a reporter who says he didn't hit a high note correctly.
You know how hard it is?
You know, we're managing people out here.
We're busting our ass every fucking day.
These guys are human beings, all right?
Is Scotty a human being?
Rob, did you get to ask them a question at this press conference?
I don't remember.
Just a little bit overwhelming.
You're like, hey, Scott, what was the deal with that coma?
That's what is that? I'm just saying that right now. No AJ been in the playoffs. I'll stick to his face. Where is he?
All right, we get the Joker.
Boring.
Lean back, make yourself comfortable.
Where's AJ been at?
Boring.
I'll pass.
My emotion before the game. Because as soon as
I go back to like 2 hours into this video and he's still doing baseball jokes.
I feel like Slayer was when it really started feeling like a concert because the lights were down. You know, they had their red lights.
Yeah,
vibe
it
was
definitely
better.
changed when the sun went down for sure.
Yeah,
It was
because
like
you're not as distracted by
Yeah.
the rest of the stadium. You can focus on it. And this was actually one of Slayer's better performances, I think.
Ever?
I remember really enjoying this. This was also one of the last shows they did maybe the last show they did with Dave Lombardo. It was so fun to watch.
Why don't you describe what we're seeing for the
We're
audio
watching
listeners?
the band Get Into Raining Blood. There we go. It's one of their deep cuts. It's like one of their lesser known songs.
Was this before or after What's His Face died?
This was right before.
Mm.
We did not come out and play with them. See, there's another update from me and Matt.
Oh yeah, let's hear what you guys are
What's
talking
his
about.
stage name?
Oh, me and Axel. Sorry.
Keep doing.
It's been a great show. Slayer, I think, so far.
Oh,
Whoa!
did
look
you
at
see
that?
What?
Go back.
Is that an asthma pump or cocaine? The reporter in the back here.
Oh my God! Yeah.
He's clearing out his sinuses.
It's
Either
been a
way.
great show. Slayer, I think, so far, best of the night. It's been like
a little
getting
stuffy.
progressively better.
Is that Mickey Dolenz?
But everyone was great. Anthem's great. Megadeth slightly better.
Patton
Slayer,
Oswalt and Mickey
crushed it.
Dolenz
Oh my
fused
God.
together.
Little Joe Piscopo.
Yeah.
Ray Liotta.
Metallica, will they top it? No.
This was one of the sickest moments. Just the entire stadium chanting "Die."
They do that at Yankee games too. That's not really that impressive.
Ooh, the audio on here is brutal.
This was an iPhone -3 that you filmed this on.
Yeah. Crazy how much better it would sound like with today's technology.
Sent from my iPod.
And then here's our little outro. Let's see. Let's talk
The
about it.
Big Four show just ended. It was a great show. Metallica played. It was my first time seeing them. I was pretty impressed. It was a great set. Axel, what did you think of Metallica?
Metallica played tonight.
you can definitively say they played tonight.
They were on stage and they made music.
Yeah, the coolest moment was definitely them getting on stage and doing Overkill, Motorhead's Overkill.
I didn't think it sounded that great. I thought there was just too many.
Did you turn the volume up a bit?
Yeah.
Such a bummer, dude.
I am a bummer. I am a bummer.
I like
I'm a
that he changed his
Professional
glasses,
bummer.
Axel.
But no, when
He
all
brought
the
a second
drummers
pair
were
of glasses to the show.
Well, when the sun stopped beating in his face, he could wear his regular glasses.
switching off.
That was
a pretty.
cool.
That was a pretty cool
And
moment.
we
Yeah.
also know that
It
he
was like
has
something where you
prescription
saw them.
sunglasses from this.
They were
That's not
actually
surprising.
having fun themselves.
Oh yeah, Charlie Benanti looked like he was having so much fun.
Yeah.
That it was just like.
I don't think when Charlie Benanti was, a 12-year-old in the Bronx, he thought, hey, one day I'm going to be jamming with all my friends.
With a little
in the
Danish
outfield.
guy
Right next to him.
right next to him.
Yes. So it was a fun time. We live snarked the whole thing on Metal Sucks.
Mm-hmm.
You could read that. You could watch the footage of the Motorhead playing Overkill. And then
No,
you can,
Motorhead did not play Overkill.
How
die
was
or whatever.
Lamb Goat's
I don't know.
coverage of this?
Okay, best band of the
They
night.
weren't there.
before we go out.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
best band of the
I
night.
say Slayer.
Slayer. I guess Slayer had my attention most of the night, but I mean, it's
Was
really sad to say
SMN
that
News there?
the night belonged to Metallica. This was their
I don't
show.
believe so.
Everyone
I
else
believe
was
You
they
see
were.
Rod?
They had crazy
Oh,
pop.
he saw
I still
Rod.
talk to
Everyone
Rod.
went nuts for it.
Lasers.
What?
And during Creeping Death, when everyone was chanting
See?
"Die,"
See?
felt like I was,
Yeah.
like at a, for lack of a better comparison, like at a Nazi rally. Not
Yeah.
that they were Nazis,
No,
but
I understand what you're
it
saying.
was just like,
Not
whoa,
that they're
this is
not.
intense. Like James
Yeah.
Hetfield could be like,
That's
"All right,
Slayer.
now we're gonna kill everyone in the Bronx," and I feel like everyone would be like, "Yeah, let's go kill them."
Yeah, me, I'm on board
Yes.
for that.
I also feel like now that we're in the press
Sorry,
box, and
fight
we're
or
doing,
flight
this
reaction.
post-show thing, feel like oddly like a sports anchor. Like I should cut back to like Biff in the
Well,
studio.
Rob, it was a team effort, and
I'm sure the musicians want to thank the Lord upstairs and
Oh boy.
back
Al
to you
Steinbrenner?
in the studio.
Talk about people that haven't aged in 10 years, Rob. You look identical. I mean,
Yeah.
when we go back maybe 5 more years before that, you start to look really young, but that's like you today. I would never know.
I
that
think I
was
look better now. How dare you? I look like a fat
I
slob
just-
over there.
I mean, maybe your style or whatever changed, but I feel like your facial features and everything, like you don't look older.
Oh well, thank you.
He's trying to say you don't need Botox.
In
I don't
general, I agree, but today you look a little bit tired, bro.
Because he's sitting next to the two of the most handsomest men in the world. Me and Sid. No, I meant the background. The background.
And he's slouching. Sit up. You look better when you sit up, Rob.
By the way,
I'm sad about Norm.
talk about on brand for you and Axel there. Like Axel just hates everything, and you're bending over backwards to like look for a reason something was good.
Except when he's comparing Metallica fans to a Nazi rally.
I think he even meant that positively.
Yeah.
What about all the good things that the Nazi rallies did?
But it was a very fun time. It was a very fun experience that like it doesn't feel like it was 10 years ago. Like I still have very fond memories of it. And then a few years later, I went to Yankee Stadium to see Roger Waters, and that's easily the best concert I've ever been to. So
Did you
I kinda-
film that
I kinda-
also?
No, I didn't do a report, but one of my favorite memories from that Roger Waters concert is there was a couple sitting in front of us. Me and Vince Neilstein went because he's basically the biggest Pink Floyd fan I know, other than myself. And we splurged on I don't know what that I don't mean that in any
Competition?
no, I'm just saying like yeah, he's the biggest Pink Floyd. He's the one that I nerd out about Pink Floyd with. Like I
Are you
meant it
gonna-
that way.
Have to compete against him to get on.
He's
MTV's
arguably a
Road
big-
Rules Pink Floyd challenge.
I would say he's a bigger Pink Floyd fan than I am. Even.
Could you guys conceive of a more boring text thread than Rob and Vince Neilstein just
Son
going
of a
back and
bitch.
forth about Pink Floyd bootlegs? Jesus Christ.
We've never done that. Come on.
But now I gave you the idea.
But now I should hit him up. Be like, hey, do you have any?
What are you gonna name the chat? Like comfortably numb or something? Slack
Yes.
So we splurged on floor tickets, which at the time was it's crazy. I remember the price was it was like I want to say it was $175 for the tickets, which
Damn,
at the time
under $2? That's great.
$175, which
Oh.
at the time seemed like insanely expensive. And now all tickets are like 170. Like you'd be lucky to get like nosebleeds for 175 for some shows.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy how much ticket prices have inflated. But the point of the story is we were on the floor. We had insane seats. The thing about spending a lot of money on the seats, it might hurt at the moment, but you will. I mean, I guess I am remembering how much it costs, but you will forget
And
about
complaining about it.
the hurt. No, I'm not complaining. I wasn't complaining about it. I was just I was complaining about prices today. But it was worth every penny, and I don't regret it at all. It was the experience far outweighed the price. And the best part was there was this couple ahead of us who said they went and would follow Pink Floyd around in the 70s or 60s or whatever, the 70s. And you know, they were big fans and they're very excited. And like, so I snuck in my bat, my one hitter and some weed.
I thought you brought a weapon because it was a Nazi rally like the Metallica show.
No, I actually have it's similar to that. It's like one of these guys.
What did you smuggle it in?
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to reveal my secrets.
Tucked it under your balls.
His Botox syringe had it in there.
But I remember offering them some, and they were like, "Oh, we haven't smoked in a while," and they had such a big coughing fit. They were like, "This is the strongest weed we've ever smoked," and they were so stoned the whole fucking time.
Wait, I bet Rob got a chub from that. He got two people who used to travel with Pink Floyd high.
It was
and they
such
said
a
it was
compliment.
the best weed they ever had in their life.
Well, I mean, the weed 30 years ago was awful. Like, it's no secret.
I think people who like were band groupies of a band like Pink Floyd got the good shit. That
you would
existed.
think
the good shit was awful. Like, there's photos from like the High Times, like cannabis cup of like 1975, and it looks like let me pull it up. Like, you guys.
This guy's got advanced analytics on 1975 cannabis cup contestants.
Yeah,
it's just like it's like a meme that
this is like the money ball of weed right now.
It's weed sabermetrics.
Yeah,
this was on Reddit.
Rob is like the Billy Bean of getting high.
Which strain had the highest weed above replacement?
The top strains of 1977. Look at this.
Oh my God,
this is awful.
I don't know enough about weed anymore to know whether this is good or bad.
Well,
you can tell just by looking at it how potent it is.
Wait, they had a whole tree,
but it just looks like
potpourri.
Flakes, like sticks. It's not even fluffy. Like, this is the only one that looks. All of these look like regs, like the worst weed that'll just make you cough. So it's like, that's how, and then to compare, here's what strains look like now, like nice and fluffy. And I'll let this load. But
those all look like chicken McNuggets.
There you go. But like, compare this photo to this. Like, you could.
But
tell
that's those weeds are more than 40 years old. Of course, they're going to look dried out and fucked up.
No, but this photo was taken in the 70s when it was fresh, not today.
Oh, they didn't just leave it around. Well, of course. Look, do you think these fucking potheads would leave weed sitting there and not smoking for 40 years?
That's true.
Also, Rob, there's filters on the newer photos that they didn't have back then.
True. It's true.
They injected the weed with Botox.
They go to the same Photoshopper as Madonna.
Yeah.
You notice none of those weed strains had chins anywhere. Did you see that?
So yeah, if that Pink Floyd couple is listening right now, give us a call. We have a few minutes left of the show. 213 wide nut. That's 213-943-3688.
You know, when you brought up that couple, for some reason I imagine it's like that woman who made casts of rock stars as penises and turned them into dildos.
Plaster Caster sisters.
Yes.
I didn't know they had a marketing name.
Didn't Kiss write a song about them? I believe so. Yeah. Though I don't think they ever did Kiss. I think that was like Kiss trying to audition for having it made, and they were like, "No,
have some self-respect.
Yeah,
we don't want your little Jewish cocktail.
Yeah,
get out of here."
They only did uncut plaster casts. Sorry, Gene. Sorry, Chaim.
You know, that was an affront to my self-esteem. I never recovered. I was always told that 4.5 inches was massive.
He ended up doing his own plaster cast of his dick, and that's what the Kiss coffins are shaped like. So he's got the last laugh.
So they're only for little people. That's a low blow
Madonna could
3D.
fit in one. Yeah.
How dare you?
I want to mention that earlier in the chat, Rob mentioned about Madonna, Rob B, that he would hit it.
You're Rob A.
Wait, hold on a
Rob
second.
number
Let's
one.
go a little bit deeper into this.
He
Do we
would
know how
tap
old?
Madonna's
Oh,
ass. Sorry, no.
sorry.
We don't
Do we
condone
all-
domestic violence on this show. You don't talk about hitting people.
Oh, I thought he
Okay.
meant bang her.
I don't know.
I don't think it
That's
was
how I
literal,
interpret
Sid.
it. Come on.
But
Sid.
I mean, is that because he's physically attracted, or just because then he'd be able to say he banged Madonna?
Yeah, I think I would have sex with Madonna. Not because she's Madonna. Like that's enough sexiness, you know.
But that's attractive.
I don't know. I feel like I'd just want to have had sex with somebody that I want the story. To come
But you
back
still have
here
to
and
get
tell
it up,
you.
so you'd have to be attracted.
It's not as hard with men as it is with women. I feel like you even unattractive women you can get a boner for them. I would say it's like women really need to be turned on by the person they're with. Generally, this is a broad statement. I know there's exceptions.
For a statement about broads.
I was trying to avoid that, but okay. Yeah, I mean, like I don't know. Am I unusual in this respect? Like I feel like I get a boner when the wind blows. I don't really I don't need to be I'm not bragging. Like I just feel like that's a man thing. I feel like unless you're impotent, like I think most men just get boners throughout the day, like from the slightest provocations.
But you don't finish.
No, I
from the
don't finish.
slightest
But
provocation.
but Noah mentioned like you'd have to get it up in order to have sex with her. I feel like I'd be up if she
But would it be able to stay up?
Yeah, I think so. If she was like kissing on me and stuff, I think so.
I feel like
Ooh,
I
a
was
little-
so into Madonna in like my puberty years. Like she was maybe like my number one fantasy, that to be with her in her 60s would be so jarring and weird and different from that fantasy that I had that I think it might permanently fuck me up.
That's fair.
I think I need to just leave her in her mid 90s peak, and that's what I think of.
I had a huge crush on her. You know when I think I started like not being infatuated with Madonna? Although I always liked like her musical catalog and all that, but when she was messing around with Vanilla Ice and stuff.
When the sex book happened.
That book, yeah, that whole era, and then like Justify My Love, and it was just like
No, that was
too
the
much for
sweet
you?
spot.
no, it wasn't too much. I wouldn't put it that way. I just feel like
Like, who are you? I thought I knew you.
it's not too much. It's like it's more not my cup of tea anymore. Like I'm not casting aspersions on that. I feel like dominant women are great. I think if that's what they're into, but like it's not my pathway. It's not my lane.
See, for me, that was like awesome beyond belief, because like it's even to this day, it's not really a thing for like mainstream celebrities to do basically porn.
Yeah.
So like I spent years fantasizing about this woman, thinking, well, it's not like she's going to do Playboy or something. I'm never going to really get to see the goods. And then all of a sudden she does that and then some. It's like, holy shit.
So
How did
now,
I get
Sid,
so
you-
lucky? Oh my God.
You were a young teen. Did you get the book?
I
And
did not get the
video?
book, but no, but she did that documentary where she took her top off. In Truth or Dare, she takes her top off, and I did go see that in the theater with a friend, and I definitely made that image last in my head for years. And then eventually the internet showed up, and I was able to download pictures of the sex book, and retroactively, it was only a couple of years later.
I just love the like True Blue era, or like Desperately Seeking Susan era of Madonna. Like that's my
Just her first looks. Her first.
I like her.
iteration.
I like and it applies to different women differently. But with her, I think the innocent look like works better for her. Just for my taste, like who the fuck am I? I understand. She's a total
It's your preference.
independent woman.
But so hold on. I'm more interested in so Truth or Dare. Like, didn't that have like an NC-17 rating? Like, how did you see
Did it? I don't think
Or
it
did it
did.
have
All she
R?
does is
No.
take her
Even
top
R.
off.
I
He
think
wore his
they-
platforms to the movie
Wait, am I
theater and they
thinking
let
of
him
the-
in.
I think there was a director's cut or whatever, like that they released on CD or
Or was it that movie she did with Willem Dafoe that you're thinking of? Body of Evidence or whatever it was called?
oh, it's so bad.
Yeah. Which I ended up seeing on pay-per-view when it came out on pay-per-view. And even that, she just took her boobs out. It wasn't anything crazy in that either. Oh, Buzzy's back. Sexier than any Madonna movie.
Justify My Love was like they released a clean version,
Mhm.
and then they released on VHS or whatever. They released the explicit version.
Dore.
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 Yeah, that's a parody we never recorded. Do you remember that one? Christina Aguilera song "Dirty." And we
Yes.
had Hedda Givovich singing the Russian version of it. We never actually recorded it though. It's so good. I just stumbled across it in my folders.
Can you hear him purring, by the way? He's doing it. Hold on. Let me see.
No.
Put up your mic volume.
Negative.
If you can. Like raise it like to an incredible amount.
I think you're just lying though. He's not purring. I don't believe you.
Let's see if we can hear it. That was
I gotta
fast.
change my.
Still alive? Is he breathing? Should name him non-buzzy.
No.
You hear him?
No.
No.
I believe you. He's probably just not picking it up.
Shh, 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 shh. It's just the rest of the show. We're just silent. Shh. He's just using the mic as a pillow now.
No.
Oh wait, I heard it. I heard it. It was a different kind of
We
purr.
call him Ploppy.
Okay. Let's read some listener mail.
Yeah.
Out of here. Oh wow. All right, Sid.
We got some
I'm
good
excited.
stuff on deck this week.
So first we have something from Rob in the UK. I feel this is too long and boring to be read out on the air, but you asked for feedback, so you get feedback.
You get to follow a segment where we sat silently waiting for a cat to purr. So long and boring ain't a thing, buddy.
If you're gonna start an email with "Don't read this on air" or "It's too boring to read on air," you know we're gonna read it on air.
That's a challenge we're willing to take.
Well, no, if it's actually boring, we won't read it. This one's good.
Yeah.
So first, he lets us know that Escape Plan 2 and 3, which we talked about, I believe, the last week, don't star Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's only Sylvester Stallone.
I only just found out that there even were sequels that like 2 days before that or something.
And Dave Bautista has actually taken over from Schwarzenegger in the sequels.
Oh, so it's Stallone and Batista?
Correct.
Oh my God. That seems like a downgrade. I got to tell you, in that first movie, Schwarzenegger is so good. He's like such a throwback to Schwarzenegger of the 80s. He's hamming it up one line. It's just so good. It's a really good movie. It's better than it has any right to be.
Then we were talking about the Matrices, and he said, I enjoyed the Matrix, but always felt it was a little overrated in terms of accolades. FYI, I'm 43, 44 next week, so I saw when it came out. The sequels were worse, but had some good action sequences. I agree with that. I remember hating the end of part 2 because it just seemingly ended mid-movie.
Yeah.
My lack of enthusiasm for it may also be due to the idiots who believed it could be real and happening to us right now. Same way I thought Blair Witch was totally overhyped. Again, in a small part down to the idiots that believed a film about people really being murdered by a ghost, which was real, although it was a very boring movie too.
Can you stop right there?
Sure.
Why do you let other people ruin your movie? Like how other people interpret a movie, ruin it for yourself. I don't get that.
I can understand to an extent where it's coming from, because I feel like the way movies exist today, the way they're marketed and all that stuff, it's impossible to just watch a movie and not absorb some of the, if it's a big enough movie, to not absorb some of the culture that comes with it. And when the culture is exceedingly stupid, I can see how it makes a dent in how you feel about the movie.
Because you sort of retroactively blame the movie for creating that culture.
Yeah, exactly. But I will say this: two things about what he just said there. I thought the Matrix 2, like the Matrix 2, there's nothing you could do. It has to cut off before the resolution of the plot, right? Because it's got another movie to come. So I think they cut it off at a very climactic point. I think the movie itself had its own climax, and then a little escalation towards the next movie. So I thought they did it great. I thought they did it the way Empire Strikes Back did it. Maybe not as that's a much better movie, but they handled that portion of the bridge movie pretty well, I thought. And I also don't think are there a lot of people who think the Matrix is really happening? I do think there's an ongoing debate about are we in a simulation, in general, which I think has pros and cons to it. And it's sort of a solipsistic question. You can never really answer that anyway. So it's, in a way, it's sort of jerking yourself off mentally. But I think it's a reasonable place for people's brains to go, which is why the Matrix is good in the first place, because that's something that's sort of rooted in our brains in the first place, and then they just spun this weird, crazy story with Kung Fu out of it. But are there people who think literally the Matrix is happening? Because
probably there's
that life is a simulation. Simulation theory.
I'm saying I don't know if he meant a simulation or if he meant that's
specifically happening. That story is true.
Right.
Yeah,
we're in battery pods. That would be crazy. Yeah. If that's what's going on, then I totally agree with you.
What about the people that don't think we're in a Matrix, but do think that they should dress the way the people in that movie dress?
Well,
that's almost as bad.
I'm cool with those people.
I definitely went to school with people.
I will say one thing. I will say if you're going to a thing like Comic-Con where it's a celebration of that, I don't mind that so much. It's contained. It's what it is. You know what I mean? That's what it's for.
What if you're just wearing that trench coat to high school classes?
What if you're standing under a bridge and dancing with your friends?
well,
do you know that video?
Yes. Wait, no. What are you talking about?
Oh, it's one of the best. I should have brought that.
We watched that on the show once, right? It's just a bunch of people with trench coats and they're on a highway overpass or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, or under. I thought they were under it.
And it gets it's like a meme, and it gets set to different songs that they're dancing to all the time. Well, what I was gonna say is, Comic-Con, whatever, something similar to Comic-Con, autograph signing, fine. When I see these motherfuckers at an actual movie, that's when I get pissed off. That bothers me, and I know it's irrational. Shouldn't bother me. What do I care? Just fucking, wear a shirt, wear a t-shirt. What are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
Okay, so continuing on, regarding that doctor saying to never sleep naked, just as a reminder, we read an article last week from a doctor who suggested you shouldn't sleep naked because then you will
fecal matter
fart fecal particles onto your partner or your bed sheets, and you should have some underwear to at least capture that fecal matter. So Rob in the email goes, regarding the doctor that said never to sleep naked, I always sleep naked, apart from on the coldest of winter nights. My groinal area gets way too hot sleeping in boxers, and I quite often used to wake up with pins and needles. Do you use that phrase in America? Yes. In my arms, if I slept in a t-shirt, because it must have dug into me while I'm sleeping. I live in chilly old England too, so I don't know how you manage to sleep in clothes in the States. One last little thing you said. You said you're not getting cold since you started wearing a face mask. It's possibly more to do with washing your hands and sanitizing rather than mask wearing, maybe. I used to get colds every single year, and they lasted around 3 months straight because of my slightly weaker immune system. I have chronic fatigue. I get sick of this, obviously, and started using sanitizer before, during, and after going into shops. I was doing this before COVID made it trendy, and I've never had a cold since then, about 4 years ago. Also, fun fact, I have Asperger's, but I'm absolutely nothing like friend of the show, Shlomo. I'm more or less I'm more like a less intense version of Sheldon on The Big Bang Theory. Sorry for bothering you, Rob. Not a bother at all.
At this point, I think it'd be more of a statement if one of our listeners told us they didn't have Asperger's.
Yeah.
But I don't. For me personally, I don't think it's the hand sanitizing because I don't really use hand sanitizer any more than I did before COVID, and I'm definitely sick a lot less.
Because you're not on the subway. That's why.
Didn't he mean washing your hands though? Like
Even that, I
literally
don't think I
washing
do.
and
But
sanitizing.
he mentioned the sanitizing specifically, and that I'm not really. I guess I wash my hands a little bit more, but
I use hand sanitizer in a pinch, but it's really not. It really doesn't kill germs that great. I mean, compared to washing your hands.
I use it. Yeah, if I'm like in the car and I can't wash my hands, I'll
Wait,
use the
what
hand
do you?
sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer is like 90-something% alcohol, which is a disinfectant. It's way more effective than your soap that doesn't have alcohol. I don't understand.
Not the soap. It's washing the germs off. Well, soap can help too, but also antibacterial soap. I read is not good for the environment either. Now I'm learning.
Why is that?
I don't remember why. I read an article about it recently. Went right out of my brain.
That article is simulation.
Maybe I took the blue pill.
Okay. And then we got another email from Israeli guy. Israeli guy writes, I couldn't record a voice memo, so I'm writing instead. I do want to mention, if you want to send us feedback, you can do so by emailing hatemail@metalinjection.net. Email us an email us a voice memo or a video that you record. We'll play it all. So Israeli guy says, 2 weeks ago, you asked about the theater scene in Israel.
Oh, yes. The thespian.
Well, the National Theater is located in Tel Aviv, and it's called Habama, which
Let Noah
literally
pronounce it.
Hold on.
It literally means the stage. Habima.
Yeah, I
Habama.
think it's Habima.
Habima.
No, it's not Ha.
Unfortunately-
It's Ha.
Habima.
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 No, there's no Ha. It's just Habima.
Habima.
Yeah.
Not Habima.
Not
Habima.
Ha.
WNBC.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, stage performance here doesn't make so much money for it to have a main street or a neighborhood. Israeli guy also says he wants to wish you a happy and sweet new year. Is he just talking to Noah or the rest of us?
I'm sure
That
it's
I'm
to
not-
all of
I think
us.
he was addressing all of us.
Okay, that's fair.
But
And
it's not Happy New Year in Arizona though. The Jewish New Year's a month later there. They just have a weird time thing.
and he says, I just bumped into this ad, which is attached. Schwitz in Hebrew means something completely different. It means to show off or brag about something. The Facebook ad says no VAT on Schwitz, meaning you can buy something to brag about with a discount.
I think he
It
means
just
Schwitz.
Yeah,
Schwitz. What am I saying?
you said Schwitz.
Well, that's how it's
Up,
spelled. Spelled with a W.
Invoking my surname, my very proud
Schwitz.
Israeli surname of Schwitz.
So here's the, let me load the ad here. One sec.
Musica.
Here we go.
All right.
And
Where's
my
the
response when he sent this to us was, "Is that Vince Russo from professional wrestling?" Because it looks exactly like him.
It does. A little bit like Tony Khan as well. Owner of AEW.
So Noah, read all of this to us. All I can read is Ace. It says Ace at the top, like Ace
And-
Hardware, I guess.
Yeah, it's the same font.
Sponsored by Ace. Ace Hardware.
Ace. Go.
Ace is the place for the with the helpful hardware man.
Well, it says Schwitz, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, well, right. That would be the name
Schwitz
of the
means well, I know that W is a sh. I know that.
And there's like an SS logo, which is fucked up in an Israeli ad. Jesus Christ.
You should
Oh, maybe it's about Kiss.
Oh,
Kiss.
I
Gal,
have-
gal, gal, gal.
I have copyrighted those letters from the Hebrew alphabet. And I will be collecting royalties from this poster.
I believe that's true.
Well, all right. Well, thank you, Israeli guy, for hanging out, for letting us know that info.
And Happy New Year to you as well.
Yes, Shana Tova to you.
Isn't there a holiday tomorrow also?
Yom Kippur. I forgive you, Israeli guy, and you should forgive yourself.
Chatima Tova to Israeli guy.
Only to him?
Yeah.
No, are you going to fast for the Kippur, for the Yom?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to work and stuff, so I'm already breaking the rules.
I'm going to Roll and Roaster tomorrow, so no fasting for your boy.
Oh.
They have a Yom Kippur spinner that you can get a $25 off.
Yeah, no matter where it lands, it says go back to Israel.
Just stop
You're
eating.
not
What are you
very
doing?
friendly down there.
It says, "What are you doing? You're supposed to not eat today. What are you out here for? Go to shul."
Got that Roll and Roaster branded Hummintaschen.
That's
Delicious.
Purim. Oh, that's
They don't know.
That's Pesach. Sorry, is that Purim or Pesach? That's Purim. Purim.
Noah, you have to be the decider on that.
I think it's Purim.
Is your name Noah?
It is now.
The Hummintaschen?
Yes.
It's Purim.
What about the Afikoman?
That's Passover.
He's a good guy. He's the new member of Anthrax. Afi Cohen.
Purim, I hardly knew him.
I remember fondly my youth in Israel. My
I should have called the cat Purim.
Oh my
the
God.
esteemed Rebbe of my village, Afi Cohen, taught me so many things about the faith of Judea.
Rob's asleep.
Rob, Yamach Shemo, may his name be eradicated.
Well, I wanted to talk about the Spotify playlist before we get out of here.
Oh, yeah. We do that.
We each pick a song. We call it the Metal Injection Livecast Music Break. You could search for it on Spotify. And every week we each add a song. There's a long playlist now. It's up to 15 hours. So tons of music in there for you to listen to. All our recommendations. And I'll start up. I picked the new song from Mastodon, Pushing the Tides. I've really been listening to Mastodon a good amount lately, ever since I saw them at Psycho Las Vegas. I mean, I'm curious. Now they announced a tour with Opeth for this fall. I might go to that. And I'm really excited they announced a double album. So I'm happy Mastodon is back in the conversation. And their new song, Pushing the Tides, is very good.
Could I ask you a Metal Injection related question, Rob?
Possibly.
So I was scrolling through the headlines on metalinjection.net today, and I saw there was a story about Mike Patton canceling all Faith No More and Mr. Bungle shows.
Mm-hmm.
Then I scrolled down a little bit more, and I saw a post from yesterday where you were giving away tickets to a Mr. Bungle show next month.
That's
is that
not a
giveaway
Faith No More
still
show.
happening, or is it
Yes.
canceled also?
It's not. It's still happening because it's a system. It was a System of a Down Faith No More show. System of a Down is still playing the show. So
Okay, just
the
wanted to
giveaway
make
is still
sure.
happening.
Otherwise, you'd have to take that. You'd have to take that down.
Wait, breaking news. System of a Down cancels tour. Uh-oh.
No, Faith No
Rob.
More cancels the tour. That's the breaking news.
I was making a joke that yes, we are still giving the tickets away to the System of a Down show, and now they cancel.
Oh, I see.
Ah.
I see.
And Nick Castellanos just hit a home run.
Oh.
So, Darren, what did you pick?
I picked Dirty Rotten Imbeciles, DRI, famous crossover thrash and punk band. And the song is Slumlord, which I feel is appropriate with the rent moratorium ending and millions of people about to be thrown out of their houses. So it's an anti-landlord anthem.
Nice.
Okay. Noah, what did you pick?
I picked a Carcass classic. Embodiment is the name of the song off of Heartwork, which is one of my favorite albums in general, and an album that I think all the young people should be familiar with who listen to this show.
I would say Heartwork was the like premiere, like the peak of them just like getting lyrics out of the Grey's Anatomy textbook, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like I feel like afterwards they kind of went away from that a little bit.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're putting out a new album later this year. So far, the few songs that they released sound very good.
That's by the way, we always talk about the growling and stuff. I feel like Carcass is another band that I can tolerate their growling. Like I feel like I can
Darren approved.
I can hear what he's saying, even though I don't understand the words he's saying. But if you get it, to me, it's so they're so clever. They're so clever with the like serious medical jargon. I think it's awesome. I think
Yeah, it
that
works.
whole shtick is awesome.
And on top of that, like just technically speaking, they're great.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Sydney.
I picked the song Full On by Sam I Am. They are a pop punk band from the early Berkeley, California scene that also gave us Green Day and Rancid and other bands like that. And somehow I thought I'd already picked a Sam I Am song, but I had not. So now I could check that off.
Did you go through the 15 hours of music on the playlist to make sure?
I did a search. You could do a search.
I
also have a little text document on my laptop with every song that I've picked for the playlist, so I
Wow.
could quickly look up.
I have an Excel spreadsheet. I have all 4 of our picks sorted, and then
Oh, wow.
just so I don't want to pick anything all of you picked either, like a band. But I mean, eventually I might just want to do a song so bad, or I might miss one. But I'm trying to avoid it. I want as much variety as possible.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess I do want to mention R.I.P. Norm Macdonald. We're very sad. A total legend. Lovely fella. We're gonna miss him.
Was he a lovely fella? I don't know. He's kind of a sourpuss, but a great comedian.
Yeah, me and Lonnie were actually discussing that earlier. He's like, I'm wondering what the Twitter reaction is going to be from like people who knew him. Is it just going to be a lot of like, he was so funny, or is there going to be a lot of like, you never knew, but he did this amazingly nice thing for so-and-so or whatever. And Lonnie was of the opinion that there probably weren't going to be that many like heartwarming stories. That Norm probably just was sort of a dick and kept to himself. I was like, no, I bet because he had so much money. I bet he like helped people out and you never heard of it and stuff. But I haven't seen any of those stories yet, so maybe not.
I have no way of knowing this. Never met Norm Macdonald or anything. I'm just gonna guess out of the blue. I think he was very kind to like a very small circle of people, and kind of indifferent and whatever to a much larger circle of people.
Yeah, I feel like he was like, if you were friends with him, he was probably like a great friend, but he wasn't like going out. He wasn't going to like hospitals and talking to sick kids.
I totally relate to that, by the way. Like I love a very small amount of people, and I feel outside of that I could give a shit. I can't be bothered.
Yeah, same. 100%.
Well, we know where we stand, don't we, fellas?
I thought this show was about giving our thoughts. You always seem to reprimand me when I say how I feel about something.
Well, he reprimanded you with his face. He reprimanded you with his face, not really with what he was saying.
Oh, so you're saying on the audio, no one would ever have known.
They wouldn't. They would have thought he was being real.
I just see my face on here and in the Zoom box, and I forget that we're also being heard only on audio by a lot of people. It's easy to forget.
Are you saying those people are forgettable?
Not at all, Sid. And how dare you even suggest that? I'm saying you're looking at a picture of your face, a video of your face moving around, and you start doing a video podcast. Like I have to remember, we have to describe things sometimes, oh, this guy's on the stage doing this.
Describe the yawn that Rob just let out.
He's like, I can't, because he's strategically hiding behind his mic windscreen.
That's right.
That windscreen is working for you today, Rob.
We're gonna it's working overtime, baby.
Can you imagine what that thing smells like?
It's fresh. It's fish.
Well, since you started doing the radio DJ voice, we save it for next week, but I have your first serious show.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely play that next week. Good teaser for next week.
Taken from the archives of the Museum of Television and Radio, I assume, where they directly deposited it after it aired.
They didn't even wait till he got fired. They just put it on after the first show. It went right there.
They're like, yeah, this guy's gonna get fired. We could do this now.
What not to do?
Jose just sent them an email. He's like, I'm not keeping this guy around long. So just archive this now because there's not going to be many more.
Start all the paperwork now. Get a jump on it.
Slayer. That's how he ends his emails.
Oh, right. Oh, that's his
Wow.
signature then. It's like a little MP3
Yeah,
of him
it just
saying
plays.
Slayer. Click here. Oh, I wonder what this is. Slayer! Dude, Slayer!
And then it's a gif of him doing the metal horns.
Oh, what? How dare you? It's a GIF.
He knows
No.
you hate that. And
Yeah, that's exactly. And you react every time. It's great.
You son of a bitch.
If there was a way to say GIF in Comic Sans, he would do it.
I'm fine with Comic Sans. I've mentioned this.
What font do you hate? Sid'll find out and say it in that font. What font do you hate, Rob? Papyrus?
Yes, Papyrus. Papyrus is my least favorite font. Absolutely.
Very more overdone. People now consciously avoid Comic Sans, I feel like, because it's such a meme. But Papyrus is still very common among cringy things.
Yeah, Comic Sans. I always thought that the Comic Sans stuff was a little overblown, but Papyrus I just hate.
Yeah.
Bleeding Cowboy is another one.
I don't know.
Not a big fan. You would know it if you looked it up. Okay. But I think it's time right now to read our top Livecast fans of the week. And those fans are ones that are so kind that they contribute to our Patreon, not only just the $5 tier, but the $10 tier. And you could be a top Livecast fan. $10 a month gets you the shout out and all the stuff we offer in the $5 tier. So it's a nice little bonus, and we appreciate all the support. How should I do it this week? Or if Darren, you want to do it, how should it be done?
I don't know. There's nothing that we'd said today that kind of aligns with doing. Could you read it as an Anthrax member making baseball jokes at a press conference?
Well, I think you would be better suited to do that because I don't have the baseball jokes. So here, I'll post the names in the chat.
No, I got it.
I sent the email to everybody, Rob.
Okay. They are in the chat.
Okay. Just wanted to say, we played hard out there. Eric, Benjamin, Danar, our infield, they really pulled together. Even though we lost 18-7, Croc Destroyer, Sam, he had his fun for now. Jander, Shashur, Shasusits, they've all been working on their swings. They spend so much time in the cage. Crustacean Sensation, aka Gonstopper, always gives 110%. He leaves it all out on the field. Dallas, Robba Vampiro. Hugo likes tacos. He's had a little bit of sleep apnea. We're trying to get him away from the tacos. But other than that, he's a great team player. And, Lando Danks is putting his ass on the line out there along with LaCroix every day. I don't see all of you press conferences, guys, putting all you reporters putting your ass on the line in the jackpot like Doug Pigman, Scooby-Doo 182. These guys are a team. Like Douglas, who are you? Levison, and hey guys, it's Josh. These guys are a unit, and if they make the playoffs, they're going to put it all in your asses. And that's it. Thank you, guys. My time is up. It wasn't a promo. It was a press conference.
Oh, well,
Good
it
one,
was
though.
a very enthusiastic journalist.
Biased. You're in the pocket of the owner of the team.
Do it as Lee Elia next time.
Oh my God.
85% of the world is working. The other 15% comes out here to watch these games.
The best.
Well, thank you all for tuning in. We
Welcome.
love you so much. And we hope you can tune in next week again. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.